No matter how rich or famous they are, there were times that K-pop idols were also victims of scams. Whether it was from a company or people close to them, these are the biggest scams idols experience that nearly ruined their careers. Jessie's 2022 tour. In September of this year, Jessie unveiled the dates of her European tour, which would take place in 5 cities. The tour started on October 8th in Berlin before she was set to continue in London, Paris, Oberhausen, and wrapping up in Barcelona. But the tour didn't go as smoothly as Jessie probably expected, as the issue started very early on. For the Parisian branch of the tour, fans had complained about the ticket prices since the standard admission ticket cost €55 and a VVIP one cost €259. If you want a comparison about the price of the tickets, when Day 6 played in the same venue back in 2018, the standard admission ticket cost €65 while the VVIP ticket was €160. Then when the organizers realized that the pit that was reserved for gold, VIP, and VVIP tickets wasn't going to be full, they started selling tickets with pit access only 2 weeks before the show took place. Fans thankfully blamed the staff and not Jessie herself for the price of the tickets. A comment under the post on Instagram, which was used to announce the tour, said, "That's the result of pricing too detached from reality. That's sad, because Jessie doesn't deserve an empty pit. Staff have to organize better next time." The problems unfortunately didn't stop there and only got more serious. On October 11th, Jessie posted on her Instagram story and said, "Stuck in London, paying my own way to get to Paris to see my fans. Only if y'all knew what I'm going through." She then posted a second story and wrote, "I have to perform tomorrow, and this man keeps stranding me outside." Obviously, fans were worried about her. According to them, Jessie arrived late at the venue because of the situation when soundcheck was supposed to start an hour and a half earlier. Understandably so, Jessie was seemingly very exhausted when she appeared at the venue, and some fans even said that they saw her cry. Despite everything, she went up on stage, taking several minutes to explain the situation she was brought to by a man that she called a mother. The man in question was her tour manager, Tim Geem, who was called a con artist by fans and who faced backlash for all the things that he put Jessie through. To make things worse, all the merch that was sold at Jessie's shows in Europe wasn't even her official merch, which means that the promoter took all the sales money instead of her. To their credit, the promoter offered refunds to all the fans for the problems, but it's so frustrating that Jessie had to go through all of that just to see her fans. Blackpink's Lisa versus ex-manager. In June 2020, an ex-manager of Blackpink swindled Lisa out of nearly $1 billion won. According to reports, the manager had had a really close relationship with the members ever since Blackpink debuted in 2016, especially with Lisa. He also had gained a positive reputation in the company and with the members during the years in which he had worked for YG Entertainment. Lisa especially was very close to him during her rookie years. Manager A was given the 1 billion won by Lisa, money which she had asked him to invest in real estate in her name. He took advantage of his close relationship with her and spent all her money on gambling. YG Entertainment then released a statement saying that Lisa wishes to settle this peacefully since the manager was someone she had trusted. They went on, "Manager A has reimbursed a part of the sum and has left the company after agreeing on a reimbursement plan for the rest of the sum." Lisa was pretty affected by the whole ordeal, especially considering the close relationship between the two. A source revealed, "Because Lisa is a foreign member and has been in Korea by herself since she was young, she is very vulnerable to these things. It is very unfortunate that these things happen in the industry." The manager left YG Entertainment after the report was made. EXID's Vietnam show. In the beginning, crowd pop was considered a good idea for K-pop fans and artists alike. For those of you who don't know, crowd pop is a crowdfunding platform in which the fans can vote on who to perform and where to perform. When the social voting goal and the campaign ticket sales goal is reached, fans can get their favorite groups and artists to perform in their city. So this was in theory a great and easy way to get artists to perform in countries that they had never been to without too many risks. Then it all went downhill. After over 5,000 Vietnamese fans voted to bring EXID to their country, crowd pop announced that the group would be holding a concert in Ho Chi Minh City on December 10th, 2016. The issue started popping up before the concert even took place. Crowd pop failed to communicate with EXID's Vietnamese fandom. The venue was also silently announced through a website which sold Pond's products, which was a co-sponsor of the event. The venue in question was a downtrodden soccer field, which was not a safe or appropriate place to accommodate over 1,000 fans that were expected to attend. Banana Culture, EXID's company, tried to take care of the situation by stating, "We spoke strongly to the concert organizers and are currently trying to come up with a new solution, since this is EXID's first visit to Vietnam and we hope the event to go well." Crowd pop seemed to have problems coming up with a solution, so they completely erased any mention of the venue from the internet and announced that a famous director would turn a bad venue into an amazing show, promising the announcement of the new venue on November 18th. The plot got deeper though. An insider stepped forward to reveal that Crowd Pop CEO Richard Chu had employed his wife Yeti O in his company. After complaints from the Crowd Pop Vietnam employees who were asking for the CEO to take responsibility for the mess, Yeti revealed, "I am aware of the situation that is going on. We do not have the money to cover for the show." Banana Culture also took action to change the agency organizing the concert and to postpone it entirely to December 14th so they could have enough time for preparation. BTS's Highlight Tour. When BTS were holding the Highlight Tour, organized by TGM Events, they were supposed to have 4 stops in the United States, with the tickets going on sale on May 24th, 2015. The supposed tickets came in the form of t-shirts that were sold on Ticktail, an online retailer similar to Etsy. When you bought the shirt, the buyer would receive an email invitation which they could use to RSVP to the event, and it would grant them entry to the event in a high touch with the idols. This was the first red flag of a poorly organized event. The Atlanta show was oversold, which meant that hundreds of fans were kicked out of the venue. They were promised to get meetups with the BTS members after the show, but after waiting in the rain for a few hours, they didn't get to meet them. The VIP tickets, which were pricier than the normal ones, didn't even get to enjoy the royalties, as the non-VIP ticket holders get access to VIP-only events such as the autograph session. BTS even had to sign on blank pieces of paper in Houston as they ran out of posters. The only show that went smoothly and without problems was in Toronto, and that's because no TGM event staff showed up to the event. These are just a fraction of the things that went wrong on the tour, but the worst part of it all was that none of the fans that were denied entrance and were kicked out got refunded by the event organizers, even though they were promised that they would be. Eric Nam's postponed tour. Eric Nam's tour also suffered from TGM Events mismanagement. He was to have 5 shows in the United States in 2015 as part of his tour. The tickets for the show were sold on different websites depending on where the show was taking place. VIP and VVIP tickets were all sold on Ticktail. The tour got postponed initially because of the bad weather, since the organization was worried that the tour wouldn't be able to go well due to the connecting flights. However, a few problems appeared because the payments for the tickets went directly to TGM Events CEO PayPal account, even though WME Radio was taking care of everything else. The refunding of the tickets also turned into an issue, as Ticketmaster and Ticketfly allowed full refunds, but Ticktail had a more difficult process to get refunded. Even though WME Radio promised to make arrangements so fans could be refunded, this was not in their hands. In the end, none of the fans got refunds for a tour that is still to this day postponed, with TDM Events going as far as to delete the page dedicated to Eric's tour. The cherry on top came when it was reported that Nadia Leong, TDM Events CEO, took the thousands of dollars from the VIP and VVIP tickets and tickets for the Dallas tour sales and went into hiding. Sondambi had the same situation as Lisa, though you can argue whether it's better or worse in comparison. When an episode of Ask Us Anything aired in 2018, Sondambi shared a story about her former manager. She revealed that during the time she was promoting her hit song Crazy, her manager at the time broke inside her house and stole all of her possessions. So when she went back from a promotional event, her home was completely empty. Dambi said that she had given the manager the password to her home, so when he knew that she would be away, he called a house moving center and stole everything in her home. She went on, "My bed, television, tables, etc. Without leaving an item, he stole everything. What's even more shameful is that he even stole my undergarments." The cast members were obviously shocked, so Dambi explained that the manager had been in debt because of his gambling addiction. Thankfully, they caught him, but since Dambi couldn't find all of her possessions, she had to buy new ones. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments. Bye, guys!